Greetings everyone, my name is Greg. In this video, I am going to break down not just why Christianity is evil, but Jesus is evil. This idea shouldn't come as a big surprise, but it does seem that in our culture, people have forgotten the fact that in all horror movies, and any time you have a character that is evil in a story, it doesn't automatically show up as some hideous thing. Because if something would show up looking like that, who exactly is that going to trick? The idea that that would deceive somebody is absurd. If you're going to have something showing up looking monstrous, people are going to be on their guard right away. They're going to automatically be, oh, wait, this is evil, this is bad. You're not going to get anywhere. All fiction knows this. That is why they will start off having the characters that they show that they may want to portray through the story as being an evil character. They'll start it out looking appealing. They won't have it be, look how horrid it is. It'll be the exact reverse. It will be a matter of the one that is the evil figure will at least initially appear to be very appealing. This is also done with Christianity and the character of Jesus. Now, I recognize both of these are artist rendering type of bullshit. However, the message and what they're doing is overall the same. Now, in order to look at Jesus as being a figure of love and peace and so forth, you have to seriously cherry pick what is in the New Testament. Because if you go by what Jesus actually said, he promoted thought crime, torture, bigotry, among other things. Violence. He advocated if you have a purse or a script, go out and buy a sword. And when his disciples said, lo, there are two, he said, it's enough. If you're a figure of peace and you're giving this message of he who takes up the sword shall perish by the sword, why then would you turn around and say, go out and buy a sword because things concerning me have an end? It makes no sense. The thing is, what Jesus, he couldn't show up looking like that because that would reveal right away, oh shit, that's what this bastard is about. He had to show up looking like someone that could be, I'm here to help you. I'm here to love you. I'm here to do things for you. Look at the things I can do for you. Basically, look at it like how a con artist goes at people. When a con artist tries to trick people, they're not showing up in front of these people like that. They're showing up as a well-groomed, well-mannered, well-respected individual. The thing is, the things that this character of Jesus supposedly taught are what led directly into things like the Inquisitions. Let's just be clear on exactly what the message of Jesus really brought about, because he spoke far more of hell than he did heaven. But he was very big on this idea of a place of torture that you will go if you don't think the right thing, which led right into Christians in the Dark Ages engaging in this sick shit. The thing is, they give this message of heaven and hell, and what's even worse is this notion that God doesn't send you to hell, you send yourself there. That is akin to the husband that beats his wife after he beats her, looking at her and saying, "See what you made me do?" It is offensive. The idea that somebody would willingly embrace the idea of being tortured because they didn't think something, it's obnoxiously stupid. The thing is, the character of Jesus was all about acting like he was a figure of love, when the truth of the matter is, for those that would have been looking at what is actually there. Now, this is assuming that the words that are attributed to him that he actually said, we don't really know, because we don't have any originals from that time frame. However, we have nothing else to go by, so those that buy into Christianity see these things as well, and they find ways to justify and excuse. And they do so because they have this fairy tale type of mindset of they're going to be rewarded in some glorious afterlife. That they have this carrot and stick mindset, that they're far more interested in not going to hell than this going to heaven. Because one of the things to keep in mind with this afterlife idea is something that we have found through what is termed neuro-linguistic programming, that people will do far more to avoid pain than they ever will do to gain pleasure. It is simply how the brain is hardwired. And there are those that have realized this and will exploit this to no end. And that is one of the things that led into things like the Inquisitions. The thing is, for things like that, these people want to act like this Jesus character is a good figure, when the truth of the matter is, if it would be revealing what it really is, you would be seeing something far more hideous. Because there are no shortage of examples of where Jesus advocated things that were absolutely horrific. The thing is, you don't trick somebody by looking like this. You would have to take more of an appealing to their senses and a disarming their guard so that they wouldn't be on guard against you, where even though your motives may be wicked, to use that term, you wouldn't come across looking like that initially. Otherwise, you're not going to trick anybody. And that is what really people don't seem to get. This is mentioned and utilized in fiction over and over again. That you will have the protagonist and so forth looking appealing and being something that lures people in, only to reveal later just how horrific they really are. And that is where this mindset, that is what makes horror. That is what makes for a good fictional villain, is you have to have their period of time where they're looking tantalizing and not threatening. Because there are cases that I've heard about with con artists, of a guy that was a con artist that was sentenced to 15 years in prison for conning about 13 women out of what would equate to about $1 million, or about $1 million or so dollars. The thing is, or it's a matter of someone like that doesn't manage to do that by going and looking like some kind of monster. They have to seem disarming and like there's somebody that is out to help them. I'm here to help you. I'm here to love you. Look at all the things I can do for you. They would make it seem like they're so selfless when really their real motives are far more sinister. And that is what we have with this character of Jesus. Now, there is no denying that the God of the Old Testament is a bastard, and it is a malicious son of a bitch. However, Jesus, in what he is about, makes that God look like a Cub Scout, because it's a lot more sinister when you have somebody that is looking like they're, I'm here to help you, I'm here to love you, I'm all about you. Yet their message is one of think as I say or be tortured. And worse, the idea of if you don't think as I say, I'm not going to torture you, you will torture yourself. That is whitewashing to the extreme. But that is exactly what Christianity is about. Putting aside the fact that this idea of a hell as some kind of lake of fire is pure bullshit. It's a physical threat that goes back to the fears people have, and it's very primal in nature, but where it also has roots in is how the Christian church actually behaved. And let's be clear, the only reason the Christian church and Christians today don't do the shit that they did during the Inquisitions is our society has changed to the point where they can't get away with doing stuff like that. If they could get away with doing things like that, they most certainly would. It wouldn't be about. That's not what they're interested in. These people openly embrace the idea of anyone not just like them being tortured. They make excuses as to why that is a good thing. When the truth of the matter is, only someone that is evil would be able to find a way to justify and excuse horrific behavior like that. But feel free to leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. Later, people.